Uh, Day 3. Let's get it. I already told my hair is going to bug me a lot tonight. That's okay. All right, so last night we successfully moved the lighthouse. It was originally over here in this area. It turned out it was a much larger build than I thought it would be. So we moved it over here, rotated it, and made it all nice and pretty. Added some benches, some lanterns, bushes, all that good stuff. Um, I did add a couple more details off stream right before I went to bed. I made these stairs a little bit nicer. Originally, these were all red concrete on the sides, and it was just the birch stairs in the middle. So I added the birch planks on the sides with the fences. I opened this up a little bit and moved the iron bars to the inside of the doorway, so it feels a bit more open when you walk in. And I put lanterns under these trapdoor sort of shades that I made for the windows. Because I kind of, it was too dark on the outside. I kind of wanted the effect that, like, the light from the inside was shining through the windows and you'd be able to see it. So if I set the time to night, turn on shaders here, so you can kind of see now. Really, it's just lanterns behind these trapdoors on the top, but it almost kind of looks like the light from inside the lighthouse is shining through the windows. It's a nice little effect. But I am very happy with how this has turned out. Um, Now tonight, oh, I also cleaned this up a bit. So this was all, I think I had a tree, a bunch of grass and flowers, and these hay bales were closer to the lobby. So I scooted them over a bit, got rid of the tree, and used the leaf litter to make a little path, same way I have over here and on this side. So tonight I am going to figure out something to do with this. I'm probably going to build a second one of these little lounge areas. I might kind of clean up the design of this one a little bit too. It's looking kind of plain. I'm not totally satisfied with the way this turned out. So I might figure out something to do with this. Put another one over here. Um, I also got the idea from someone last night. After terraforming all this, because this was all this hill wasn't even here before I moved the lighthouse. The hill stopped like right here, and I built all this outward and filled it in. But possibly putting a little waterfall, maybe like extending the path towards this little crevice here, and putting some kind of waterfall going down with like a pond at the bottom. I think it'd be a pretty cool idea. I might have to fill in this cave. It's a tiny little cave system anyway. I don't think it actually goes anywhere really. Got some glow lichen. Yeah, it's just a dead end with nothing much to see in here. Um, I think before I do anything, real quick, I'm going to go update the map because I just realized I haven't even done that since I built the lighthouse. I'll just grab this one. There we go. Lighthouse is now on the map. It's looking pretty sweet. Also, if I have time, after I build out this area, I want to figure out something to do over here. Because this trail, I mean, I've got the little seating area here with the smokers and stuff that I added, the little farm, but it feels kind of strange to have this trail just kind of go off the cliff. So I'll figure something out for here. I'm thinking maybe I might just do like a little, I don't know, maybe a platform that just kind of sticks out, almost like a runway sort of thing, like a deck. But we'll see. There's not really much else I can do with this area without doing some large scale terraforming just because of the terrain here. But yeah, I might also go around. I might switch out some of these blocks because I feel like the block palette that I have going on here is it's getting a little bit messy. I've tried to stick with like oak, dark oak, and birchwood mostly for the builds. That's why I use the birch over here. A little bit of spruce, mostly for trapdoors and stuff. But I want it all to be a little more unified than it is now. I don't know, might do something with this pond too. I might make this pond a little bit deeper actually. Yeah. So I guess let's start with this area right here for now. I might start by just actually building a little platform. I did put some stairs already, so I might do this. Probably from there to change the top back. Go from there to there maybe for now. Go. Build this out a tiny bit. Um, I think for now, I might just kind of mimic the design that I did over here, and then I'll figure out a better way of setting this up, and I'll just change the one over there once I figure it out. So nice immediate bot in the chat. I guess I'll surround this side with stairs. That'll work for now. Got some fences going around here. So hateful. I'm not going to tolerate that kind of slander in my chat. Who you calling a nerd? Now I gotta check my. Oh, look at that! Somebody's on Minecraft right now. Oh, you meant hacker. I see how it is. You think I'm a dirty little cheater. I want this to connect like that, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Then I almost kind of want it all the way to the edge, though. The way that this one was. Let me do that real quick. I gotta get rid of the stairs, but I'll put them back. Where's the I'll get to the waterfall. I'm doing this real quick just because I think this is gonna be easier to finish real quick, and then I'll start working on the waterfall. I'm still trying to think of how exactly I want to do that, because I've done water features in the past, and it can be a little bit frustrating to get the water to do what you want it to do. But I promise it will happen, because it's a pretty solid idea. Whoops, that's gotta go out. Okay. I think now I'm just gonna add in these tables. I can put bigger ones on this side because this platform is quite a bit bigger. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about this like boxy shape though. I like the fact that this one is like more naturally shaped around the terrain. This one's just kind of it's kind of a brick. I wonder if hmm. I think it'll be fine. It'll look better once I get the leaves and the grass and everything around it. It'll kind of round out the shape of it. I'll just put the tables in real quick. I can make these one more like restaurant booths, since I've got more room to work with here. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Put it in the middle. I might just put these. There we go. I'll put them back to back like that. We get some more fences and lanterns. Maybe I'll put the lanterns. 3, 4, 5. I might put one on the ends like this. Have them hanging over. They should be bright enough that the middle table won't need one. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah, I might stick one like right there. Now, I still have a lot of space to work with here. Maybe some pots. And put some more lanterns here. Maybe a pot, some pots in the corners. Whoops. Let me select that. Go. I don't know. What else should I put here? I feel like I can't just put more tables. Maybe I could put like more of this kind of design, but with like different foods on it. The smoker with like the campfires underneath. Let me try that. Might put like right there. Whoops. Put some different food in here. Maybe I'll do some steak and let's do a chicken. Maybe I'll put another one of these lanterns with the little sign on it. I just got to figure out where exactly I'm going to put that. Do you join me? Here, give me 1 second. I should be able to show you how. Here's my. There it is. So your game should look like this if you're on Xbox, because it's the Bedrock edition. So just go play. Go to servers here at the top. Then add server. And the server address should be that. and then the port is going to be 25565. Just like that. And you can name it whatever you want. Oh, I don't think it's. I'm not signed in on here because I'm already signed in on the Java edition, so it's not gonna let me do it. But that shit, you don't have add server. That might be a console thing. Not gonna lie. Um, Let me look something up real quick. I do remember that being an issue on consoles, the fact that you can't add servers. Uh, hmm. Well, that's stupid. No, so I'm on the Java edition, which is its own like separate version of the game from all the console and mobile ones. But I think the console versions of the game might just not have the option to join servers because I kind of remember that being a thing when I played the game on console a long time ago because they want you to use realms, the like servers that you have to pay for, because they've got the featured servers, which are the ones that like people pay to have listed on the console version. Yeah, but there's no, you can't join like custom servers. It's kind of dumb because on the PC version you can. It's just the consoles for some reason you don't have that ability. And it's not even, if you scroll down to like the bottom of the server list, there's like nothing there. Because yeah, they've got worlds, realms, and servers. For me, it's at the top, and it lists the servers down here when I add them. Um, Here, Maybe I wonder. Maybe I can send you an invite. Let me just try. I might have to quit the Java edition real quick. What do you mean unable to connect? Because I forgot a number. There we go. God damn it. I gotta link my account. Hold on. I didn't think about this before because it's stupid that they still don't have the add server option on consoles. There we go. Okay, if I go friends, is there really not an invite option? Let me try the Xbox app. I can't do it there either. That's stupid. Well, you know what though? It's another reason for you to get a PC. Also, I never realized my stats in the Bedrock edition because this is what I mainly used to play. Um, because I had like a old old Bedrock edition server, but it wasn't like something you could play online. It was a local one I had with my ex. 64 days played with 330,000 blocks broken, almost 20,000 mob kills, and 8.8 million blocks traveled. Go touch some grass. Dude, I probably have. I mean, oops, you're not supposed to be able to see that. Why is that on? That's my desktop. Um, I'm sure out of that 330,000 blocks, at least some of it was grass. So I think you just need to get good. Also, just a heads up. I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I might do this project tonight with like the waterfall and all the other stuff. And then before I go to bed tonight, I might buy and download and do a little bit of this tomorrow. It's only $50. It's not even full price. And it looks pretty good. There's a voice actor in this game that I really like. He did the voice for the main character in Final Fantasy 16, and he was very good. I enjoy his voice a lot. Whoopsies. There we go. Which is surprising because he's British, and I normally don't like British voices. But he's got like a smooth voice. For the most part, I think this is done. I'm gonna add the leaves real quick. Why did that bone meal just made one grass? Really? What? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go copy these leaves real quick. Now I'm kind of annoyed at the fact that you still can't join or add servers on the console version just because they want you to pay for their stupid realms. As if you can't just make your own server for free. Yeah, that was definitely a Microsoft thing. Because that was not the case until Microsoft bought Mojang and then decided they wanted the Bedrock Edition to be its own thing for phones and consoles and all that. think that's good for now. Let me put some vines on there real quick, actually. And then, whoops, that's not gonna work. There we go. Then it's waterfall time. Kind of dumb that you aren't able to help me make the waterfall, but you can offer guidance. And even though nobody has officially come in and contributed yet, I do still have your plaque in here. You and my boy who never returned. Kind of a bummer, that one. Ooh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Since I can't think of anything to put in here, yeah, I'll just do some carpets. I can maybe do like a checker design, or just make it all one color. I'm thinking just like a rug in the middle, though. Like it'll go from here maybe to here. Yeah. Maybe checker design might look kind of dumb. Not fucking with it. I do. Oh, it's not bad. I feel like white's gonna be the move here. White is right. Yeah, I gotta. Nobody else here, right? Yeah, it's just us. Nobody's gotta know, except for literally anyone who watches the VOD after this. Assuming they sit through the entire, probably 2 hour long video. What if I do here? I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna change it after. This is gonna be it for the carpet. It's Chris. Well, right now, he is online on Discord. He's playing on his own server, actually, his modded one. On the Craft of Exile 2 mod pack. It's a Minecraft spin-off of a game called Path of Exile. But I will say, um, the new Monster Hunter update I was talking about that just said like summer update and it didn't have a date or anything. It is coming out at the end of this month, and it's supposed to have a decent amount of content. So at the end of the month, I'll do some Monster Hunter streaming with him and probably his old roommate Z, um, and possibly Josh. Josh is usually pretty busy, but we'll get some monster hunting going on. It'll be a good time. None of us have played in a while. They dropped like a really weird collaboration update where they just added like a few armor sets and skins and stuff to the game, but I don't think any of us really cared all that much. It was a Street Fighter collaboration event, and I'm not really a Street Fighter type of guy. I've never really been into fighting games except I've played some Super Smash Bros. Um, and I used to be in a Soul Calibur. I don't know if you ever played Soul Calibur, but kind of a weird gooner weeb game, you might say, but it's good stuff. What is this song? I'm skipping this. I'm not vibing with this right now. There we go. But yeah, he's online. He's playing his own stuff. I'm not like super into modded Minecraft, especially because I don't play the game often enough to even really keep up with the vanilla updates. And so whenever I play the game, even just without mods, like there's new stuff to me. I didn't even know. So they changed the way that the spawn eggs all look, which is fucking news to me. And like I guess it's easier to identify which one is which now, but they all look kind of funny. Apparently there are camels now. I haven't even looked at what these look like. Let me get a sword out just because I'm gonna have to kill them after, unfortunately. Yeah, like it's a whole ass camel. And apparently they can just walk over fences like that. Like, I don't think that's not a normal thing, right? Because and they have a shit ton of health. Like most animals, like pigs and chickens and stuff, they can't jump over fences because they're more than a block tall. And like copper bulbs, I have no idea what this is. I think I haven't even tried like turning one of these on yet because it is a bulb apparently. Yeah, like what? Since when is that a thing? I actually like the way those look. I might try some of those out. Just use some redstone blocks underneath them to keep them on. Or actually some daylight sensors. I could put some underneath the carpet and they'll still shine through and you won't be able to see them. What am I doing here? Carpet. Let's put them like on the corners maybe. Oh, them block down like that. There we go. I feel like that's a bit more evenly lit now. See it during the day. Yeah, okay. Liking that. Might even put... Let me put some carpet over here real quick. Let's do like a little... That doesn't look right. I just completely fucked that up. I'll just put it... I feel like no matter what I do, this isn't gonna look right. You know what? I need to get rid of that pot right there. I think that's what's kind of messing this up right now. If I just do that and then take the... There we go. Take that. I'll just put it like in the corner right here. There we go. That's good enough for that. It is waterfall time, my dudes. What the hell? Oh, there we go. The map didn't update properly the first time. So... This might be a tough one, not gonna lie. Some water. Turn the shaders off. And I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. There we go. I just realized, is my game audio on the right thing? Yeah, okay. So... You know what I could do? I could take this, try and make it look as natural. Yeah. So I want it to look natural, but if I just like do that, that is a pretty good start. So I can do that and just sort of remove blocks from around it to make it a little bit bigger, because it gets kind of like skinny down towards the end here. Like I could do that. As some might say, I gotta thicken it up a little bit, make it thick. Thick. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't want to add too much water on the sides, because if I just start putting like water source blocks in random spots, it's gonna look like the water is just like coming out of nowhere. I think I want this open a little bit more. Let me open this up. There we go. I feel like that's a pretty good width and shape. It's mostly like consistent on the way down. It doesn't get like weirdly skinny in any spots. It does also go right down into that cave, so you know, it's kind of a fun little thing you can explore, I guess. Even though there's nothing down here. It's a waste of fucking time. Oh, the pond though. It does need a pond at the bottom, that's right. I wonder if I can keep the cave and just move the entrance. Like, what if I'm gonna open this up a bit. Give some room for the pond. I might just kind of build out the shape of it a little bit right here. I might have to go a bit further back. I think I want the pond to be like right when you started the water, make like a hole, like it's coming from underground. Yeah, I am gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start at the bottom just because I want to get that pond all set up down here, and then I'll kind of decorate the top. I'll put like some stone around here, and like put the source blocks in the ground so it looks like it's kind of coming from underground. But I want to get at least like the shape of this pond down here. That way I can fill it in and then kind of figure out how it's gonna blend into the terrain. Because I think this side will be fine, but this side I might have to kind of like cut part of the hill off right here, make it less steep. Here, let me just start cutting some of this out. That's probably enough room, so let me change the tick rate so I can fix the grass. It's bugging me that when I'm placing the grass blocks, it's not like changing them into dirt automatically. I'll block this off. Get some of this real quick. And I'll just fill this in with water. There we go. I'll block this off. I think that's a good size and shape for the pond. That'll give me enough room to put some fish in here. I'll definitely make it deeper once I figure out the terrain here. I'll kind of dig it out, make it more of like a bowl shape. Maybe put like some sand at the bottom with seagrass and all that. And I will actually fix these dirt blocks real quick, or maybe not. They keep automatically changing back to dirt. It's weird. Just do bedrock for the bottom of the pond. Maybe? I feel like bedrock's kind of a weird looking texture though. I've never found a scenario where I feel like bedrock is an optimal choice of texture. It's also just like, I don't know, it feels like a forbidden block. Like it shouldn't be used for building because it's what covers the bottom of the world. But it might not look terrible. It does have almost kind of like a rocky sort of texture to it. So it might not be bad. I would like mix it in with some other stuff too though. It's like gravel on the bottom. Yeah, I feel like maybe if I get kind of a palette together with like regular stone, bedrock, and gravel, I can kind of mix them all together, and it wouldn't look too bad. A little something like that. I'm just gonna start fucking chopping away at this thing. Because a lot of this is gonna have to go. Actually, you know what? I think that right there might be all it really needs, to be honest. Still gotta do something about this cave, though. Here, you know what? I might block this off real quick. Do something like that. And then I'll just put a new entrance. Yeah, I'll put a new entrance over here. That way you can still get to it. Just because I like having that like natural feature over here. I'll just kind of randomly chop away at this. I should get to it eventually. Hello? Where did it just go? Maybe I'm just not deep enough. There it is. Some torches. It's pretty dark. I'll fix this up a little bit too. There we go. I feel like that looks mostly natural. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything, because I doubt anyone would ever actually come down here, but that was almost bad. There we go. There is some coal down here, actually. I don't know if you'll be able to break anything over here, because I haven't quite decided how big I want the spawn area to actually be. Because the spawn area itself, just to prevent griefing, I'm gonna put like a selection around it and use world guard to keep people from breaking blocks. I got Discord notification. Oh, it's a screenshot from the modded server. Where was I? Alright, cave. Cave should be done now. Get rid of the torch. Cave is done. The shape of the pond is... I think that's... That's good right there. I wonder, should I put, like, sand around it? I almost feel like... Because so I have the little one over here. Just as a reference. I've got sand around it with, like, some sugar cane, a couple lily pads, and, like, some seagrass and sea pickles. Alright, let me get some... I'll just get like a block palette real quick. Sands. I'll get the bedrock, stone, gravel. I'm going to need some sugarcane, lily pads, sea grass, maybe a couple sea pickles. I like sea pickles. Maybe some lilies and grass. Yeah, definitely. I feel like any water feature is incomplete ever since they added that stuff. Plus the sea pickles, once you put them underwater, and if you put 4 of them in one spot, it does actually produce light, which is nice. There's one more thing I was gonna put. What was it? Maybe that was it. Let's just see. I'm not sure how much of this I want to be sand. Oh yeah, well, so for the fish, I think tropical fish. Yeah, okay, I'll just use the fish spawn egg for the tropical fish. I don't think I want sand right there. Like that needs to go out one more. I might actually put... I think that's a good start. I don't really like the way this dirt looks underneath the water. But I'm not sure if I should put like sand or if I should... Because I feel like I want the bedrock and stuff only in the pond. Let me try just putting sand like underneath the water here. I feel like it makes more sense anyway because like the water in real life would slowly erode the rocks and everything that's in the dirt, and it would turn into a kind of either like mud or sand. There we go. I feel like that that's a little better. Hit it with the shaders. Oh yeah, the water's a little more see-through than I would actually like with the shaders on, but that is looking nice. Actually, if I change my shaders to the other visual style, I think it'll replace the water with like, there we go. It's more like the default water texture. You can see it a little bit better. That's looking pretty nice. You know, I might carve out kind of like the sides of this a little bit, put like some fences with lanterns on them that go down. Let me dig this out real quick first though, just so I can get a better idea of what I'm working with down here. The only problem actually, now that I think about it, with doing this color palette down here is I don't know some gravel spots where the sand is. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, never mind. I wasn't sure if you could put seagrass on stuff besides sand and gravel, but you can actually. Um. Oh, do you mean gravel along like the outside of the pond, or like up the river? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I'm kind of expanding this out a little bit. There we go. I think that looks all right. I'm gonna hit it with some of that seagrass. I wonder. Actually, hold on. Can I do kelp too? I wonder if kelp works on stone. Oh, it does. Look at that. Hit it with the lily pads. It's looking pretty nice. I wonder if this might not be a great idea, but what would you think about the sea lanterns for night? I feel like it's just kind of not, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I guess there are the sea pickles too, actually. Let me get some pickles in here real quick. If I do that, maybe put just like a few sea lanterns here and there. Like that. It doesn't... Well, yeah, let me turn it to nighttime so you can actually see that. It just provides like a little bit of light in this area without being like overly bright. Same with the shaders on. That's looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Oh, I think I'm gonna wait until the end to add the fish, because Minecraft fish have a tendency to kill themselves. And I'm not kidding. They'll randomly flop out of the pond and just die for no reason. Um, I did just realize... I think I'm gonna do that, kind of build these corners back up. Because, I don't want it to look like the water's going over, like, the edge here. It looks kind of weird when it does that. I think the rest of it's fine. It'll do. I might actually fill in some of this with grass, too. Gives you a little more room to walk around. Okay, let me... I might not even need to do any terraforming really for this. I'll just get some fences and lanterns. I'm thinking something just like this along the way up. I'll do it on both sides. I think that's pretty good. Here, I'll put the... I think the bottom area is pretty much done now, so I'll add the fish in. I don't know where that second fish just went. Oh, you know what? I have mob spawning disabled. I think I might have to stand like right on the edge here, because I think the edge of the spawn is actually... Yeah, the edge of the spawn area that I initially made is like right here, so I gotta stand on the outside to get these guys in here. They don't move around very smoothly. I feel like they didn't used to move like that, but it's more of a visual thing. I don't even know if you'll be able to fish in this area with the spawn area restrictions, but oh yeah. That right there is looking real nice. Let me do the top area now. I think I kind of want it maybe to look a little bit like this. There's kind of like a stone hole in the ground that the water's coming out of. So I could do this. Not expand it. Expand what? Hello? Why is there an air pocket right there? Spawn thing. Oh, so the spawn area itself. So I've got trading only enabled in like the trading area, but this entire area has one big box around it for like the spawn area. It makes you invincible. It disables mob spawning so that like creepers and stuff won't spawn. And it makes it so you can't destroy any blocks, but you can still interact with stuff. The thing is, I don't know if fishing will work or not. You should be able to use a fishing rod, I think. I can actually test it real quick, I guess. Because it would be nice if you could actually use it. I'll have to make myself not an operator real quick. Oh, you know why? Wow, all those fish are already dead. That's actually crazy. I forgot to change the tick rate back to normal. I think that's why they were moving so weirdly. There we go. Now he's swimming around like normal. Let me just put some more fish in here. Here, let me make myself not an operator anymore. There we go. I will give myself a fishing pole and go into survival. Hold on. It does work. Okay. I caught me a salmon. Yeah, this right here is going to be an issue, though. So the fish are going to try and swim up the stream. And if they happen to get caught on a block, like if they swim up and land on this block, they'll just suffocate to death. And I'm not sure how much there really is that I can do about that. But the fish are just like a visual thing. I don't think you actually need fish inside of a pond to get stuff from fishing. I think even if the pond is empty, you can still catch fish and other stuff. I don't know, maybe I can make it like a seasonal thing for immersiveness, where I stock the pond myself with fish every once in a while. It's like real life. I think that's probably good, right? Should the water level right here be lower? I feel like it looks kind of weird having it that high. I was thinking like maybe, let me try something. So if I get rid of these, then you know, I'll put it back how it was. There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. You know what? I might put some slabs. You already know why. Gotta make it thick. Um, little something like that, maybe. Make it look a little bit smoother. That definitely looks weird now. The water's kind of like clipping through the slabs there. Oh, you know what? That might be it right there. Hold on. I just screwed it up again. Let's see, all the fish are... Wow, they actually... I'm surprised they made it that far without dying. Put some slabs under. Like a... Like that. Like this also... This needs to be sand. I think actually... Hold on. Let me put some more sand inside of here. There we go. Yeah, now it's just like a little water hole. I think I'm gonna put more sand around this actually, just to make it visually... Yep, there they go. Rest in peace. Oh, he made it. I think it'll visually look a bit better, but I can also kind of build up the sides of it more to try and keep that from happening. Just a little, yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if this spot looks weird, I gotta fix this. Pretty much anything that's, like, touching the edge of the water, I want to be sand. I'm putting a little bit more than I was planning on, but I'm liking the way the sand looks. So think I, just as some finishing touches, might add some lanterns down here. Actually, you know what? I'll spice it up a little bit. I'll use those bulbs that I was looking at earlier. Copper bulb. Maybe with some daylight sensors so they automatically turn on and off. I could do some fences around here too, honestly. Like, what if I do... I can do that, and then... Yeah, that looks weird. Is that gonna work? That doesn't work. I'll have to do a different design. Because the daylight sensor's gotta be, like, directly on top of the bulb for it to work. I guess I could just do a... Whoops. Just do that. It looks kind of out of place for some reason. Also, I'm not sure how people are gonna actually get down to this thing now that I think about it, because, like, so the path goes here to the lighthouse. I did put some fence gates here so you can actually, like, walk around it and get to, like, the benches and stuff here. But the river itself, I mean, I guess this kind of goes to it. You could just sort of ride it down to the pond. Stairway. That's not a terrible idea. I could put... It'd be kind of tough because I'm not great at building things diagonally, but I might get rid of this tree right here to open it up a bit and put some more of the leaves on the ground to kind of lead you towards a diagonal staircase that goes, like, down the side of the hill here. And I'll make it like a kind of gradual staircase with, like, slabs or something starting in that corner of those two trees. Like right here. And then just go, like, straight down the corner here. And then it'll kind of, like, wrap around probably. Let me get rid of these bushes then. Probably this tree too, to be honest. Okay, so go through the fence. There is kind of a nice little path around here. I might get rid of the grass here. The areas that don't have grass, is kind of my way of signifying that the path leads somewhere. Because it looks more like it's been cleared out because people have been walking through it. So we'll start right about here. I might actually put... I might put a fence right here. Hello, Barry B. Benson. I wonder if maybe like a stone wall would have looked better. Here, I have food I ordered that is waiting for me, but answer this while I'm gone. Do you think this would be better with or without the fence there? Price stone. Okay. Yeah, I think it might look a little bit better with the stone wall. I don't think there's a like regular... Hold on. I didn't shut my door. There's not a regular stone wall, but there's the stone brick walls. So I might try that out. Also, for dinner, I got me some Panda Express. So I'll be... Oh, I just typed the word panda. That was weird. There's cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, smooth stone or stone bricks. Hmm. Let me try the stone bricks first. Yeah, I'm gonna be regretting this Panda Express tomorrow. Can't even lie. I like mix in some mossy parts. There we go. I think the... Yeah, I think that's a bit better. I wish there was a little bit more room here, but that's okay. This part is going to suck, I can tell you that. I think I'll use dark oak slabs. But I'm not great at building things diagonally, especially with slabs. Let me get some planks. not going how I planned. Fuck it, I'm gonna finish it. And it might not look great, but I can add the grass blocks back around it to try and fix it. I just don't want there to be any spots you can't just like walk up. I'm gonna be completely honest right now, this is not turning out very well. I don't like the way this looks. It's too big. I feel like you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna make it more of a normal staircase. Because my brain doesn't have enough wrinkles for this type of thing. I'll just do it might not be like a straight staircase. I'll have it go straight down right here and then it'll turn like halfway maybe. So start it right. Start it right there, I guess. Maybe. It's got to come further out. I don't want to end up digging into a bunch of this hill that I spent so long filling in. So I'll go down maybe right about here. Here I'll put some slabs or something, or some planks. I'll make like a little square section. Then it'll turn. It honestly, it pains me a little bit right now to be digging out this hill that I spent a bunch of time filling in, but it's gotta be done. And then kind of level this out a little bit. And I think I'm gonna want fences for like a railing, so I'll do some stone fencing. Hold on. Let me try that. You know, I might even make... Let me try this turn right here, see how this looks. I think I might make the blocks below it stone too. Stone bricks. Like that. I think that'll look a bit better. I think I'm fucking with it. Yeah. That's gonna be it right there. I just gotta make this work all the way up now. At least there's kind of a pattern to it that I can just follow. There we go. Maybe put a stair or something right there. That looks kind of strange. Um, hmm. I think that'll work. Yeah. Even this out a little bit right here. Slab maybe with a light on it. Oh, right on the corner right here. The problem with slabs is here I'll show you. So slabs are they're half a block, right? So if you just put a slab on top of another block, here I'll show you. So this is the bottom half of a block, and when you put something on top of it, you can't place something like halfway through a block. So it's going to end up floating above it to match the height of a full block. Or you just can't place it at all. But if you use something like I think maybe a trapdoor would work. Yeah, see how that just floats there? Because it's gotta be at the height of a full block. I wish they didn't do that, because building would be 1,000 times easier if you could, but I don't know. Maybe I can do like a. Hmm. Also, these actually have to be fences right here. I just realized that, or walls on the sides here, and then stone underneath, like that. There we go. I think that was the right thing to do right there. I can't put the lantern on top of that though. Maybe on. I can connect these two. That I guess. What if I put this up by one more? It'll actually connect that way, and it'll actually act more like a railing. I think that looks all right. Just got to do it right there. These spots, like that. Yeah, I feel like no matter how hard I try this terraforming, it's never going to satisfy me. I think that's good right there, though. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. You know what this might need, actually? Let me replace all of this with brick, too. There we go. Should I Should I? No, I can't though. I was gonna say get rid of this tree, but Barry B. Benson is in there. I can't get rid of Barry B. fucking Benson. Oh, you know what I can do? This is about to be crazy. Watch this. Boom. Face cam stream. Mukbang. ASMR. No, but look at this though. They fucking double boxed my shrimp. Why? Who does that? Fucking Panda Express employees. I'm gonna take this and what's in the closet? Hold on. You like that face cam view, huh? Because I normally have the background. I've got like my green screen. It's not a real green screen, obviously, because when I switch, there's like you can see behind me. But well, I mean, if you look, the closet has a giant mirror on it. That's why I don't really like this view, is because like it's just me. Like you can see my whole ass setup back there. Um, oh, you already know what's in the closet though. Actually, at least part of it. You've seen what I keep in there. What is this Pick Step remix? Pick Step's a certified banger with classic. You want to see what my fortune is? Your dreams will become reality. Doubtful. My dreams have been crushed. Something about this looks weird at the bottom here. I think it's fine though. Then I will. Ooh, you know what? I'll finish it off with some stone slabs. Maybe some path blocks. Podzol. My light just turned off because it's 11 o'clock. That's neat. You know what? Hold on. BRB. There we go. What was I doing? Path blocks. Podzol. Gravel. I think that works. And then this needs to go up a bit. That looks kind of weird. I don't like the way that cuts off right there, actually. Whatever, that's fine. Last but not least, I'm gonna get a water bucket real quick. Clear some of this grass out. Bushes on that side. That's right. I keep forgetting. I like using leaves. I'm just kind of randomly placing them around as bushes. Um, I actually, I kind of want like the whole, like all the sides of this to be just like covered in leaves. I fuck with the overgrown look. Something like, I don't want to overdo it though. I think that's overdoing it a little right there. I think that's good right there. And then I'll go through and a little more right here. I'll go through and replace some of them, maybe some flowers in the bushes. Yeah, so I go through, I just cover whatever I want with like oak leaves or spruce leaves or whatever, and then I'll go through and kind of sprinkle in some of these flowering ones. There we go. That's looking pretty nice. I might hold on. This lantern should be on the corner there. That's pretty nice. Okay. Now what I was gonna do. Use water bucket, clear out the grass here a little bit. Maybe, if the grass will cooperate. Or the water. There we go. And I gotta hit him with that bone meal. I might honestly have to place some of these flowers manually because it's not cooperating. And it needs more flowers. I think that's good. That turned out pretty well. I feel like something needs to be done about this. It's kind of weird that like this wall extends all the way over here. And then this one kind of just cuts off. I feel like it needs something to kind of cover that. What if I do flower beds? What do you mean flower beds? I could do I don't mind how this looks right now. With just adding like some of the leaves around it. I could redo this tree right here, to be honest. I feel like I like this tree, but it I think it needs to go over here a bit more and maybe like a back one or something, or maybe just like diagonal like right here. I wonder if I could use world edit real quick to just move it. Or I could just get rid of it and force another big one to grow there. Let me try that actually. I think I still have my tick speed up high. Yeah, there we go. Boom, it gone. So game rule, random tick speed. Whoops. 3. Put the sapling right there. 2, 3. Leaves. Bone meal. No. That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't know why that did that. That tree was trying to kill Barry. Let me try that again. It's not as big as I wanted it to be. It's not like one of those ones, but it is taller. So that might work. I don't like the fact that it's like an exact mirror image of that one though, actually. Not feeling it. Could just do no tree, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like it needs one there, though. I'll try this one more time. Oh, shit. We even got a beehive. Oh, let's go. Normally, so I get uh fried rice and chow mein as my sides, and then my three entrees are orange chicken, grilled teriyaki chicken, and honey walnut shrimp. Usually they put the shrimp in the box as the third entree, and then the two with the sides. They put my fucking they put my grilled teriyaki chicken in there. Whatever. The stream ain't popping like it was last night. Kind of unfortunate, but can't win them all. Sometimes you can't win any at all. Sound like a trip to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Yeah, it will be. I'm expecting after this is going to be like the most delicious thing I've eaten all week. And then I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. screaming on the toilet. And then tomorrow morning, like, I'm going to drink, it's going to be like half a cup of coffee. And it's going to go right through me. All right, well, this, I'd say, unless you can think of anything else to add, I feel like this is pretty much done. Whoops. So you know what I'm gonna do? Gotta get a screenshot for the Discord. Gotta let the boys know what's up. Um, right about there. I think it looks better at nighttime. That bulb's not as bright as I thought it would be. What's up with that? That's weird. It's got like 3 different settings. Add fish. There are the so there are fish. They keep swimming like up and down. Yeah, look, they're all like migrating upriver again. It's weird that they do that. Here actually, before I do this, I should have looked at this earlier with the shaders on. It needs more light on the stairs. Add more fish. Um, I mean, okay. Like, is that good? It's kind of a lot of fish. Oh, I can't put them up there. With a screenshot. Yeah, I guess. I gotta put my light over here though. You can't really even see the stairs over here. I want kind of a more unique design for the lantern on the wall because I don't. I guess that's not terrible. It does kind of change the shape of it when you put the lantern on. I do actually want to go through and make some of these mossy. just because it makes a little more sense with the leaves being all around the walls that it would be kind of green and mossy in some spots. Gives it more of a natural feel. Not naturally like generated, but like it's been here. Old, weathered, worn. That's some good shit right there. Change my field of view back. Let me see. I usually play with these shaders on. You can't see the water as well. The water is like a bit more smooth, but I think everything else about this shader setting just looks better. Do one right there. I'll do one maybe up here. And then I will put it back on the other shader setting real quick. Oh, vines are a good idea. Yeah, I'll do it after the screenshot. The screenshots are more of just like an update thing I do in the Discord server after each session. Let me make it daytime. Let's do sunset, sunrise, maybe. It just kind of looks like nighttime. Morning. I think I like morning. There. Maybe even right here. There we go. Let me get some vines going here. I like putting vines on the leaves. You can't really see them super well, but it just kind of adds some more detail in a few areas, and it makes the blocks less transparent. Unfortunately, I can't put the vines on like the insides of the walls, but do something like that at least. Well, I'd say it turned out pretty well. This looks a little weird from the backside. Let's do that. It's already 11:22. I'll probably go for a little bit longer. It has been almost 2.5 hours now. I was only planning on going for about 2 hours tonight because I do need to get some more sleep, considering the situation tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about. Update the map. Hell yeah. It's coming together. It's looking like a real civilized establishment. I was thinking maybe putting trees, but I might actually I might keep this area clear just because like there aren't any other trees around here aside from these two, which honestly I might have put there myself. They're not even real trees. These are just like giant bushes. There's where's the trunk? All leaf. All leaf, no trunk. Um might thin out the grass a little bit or something, but whoopsies. Uh I feel so this I think is done. I like how this turned out quite a bit. I'm not super thrilled with the other like patio area that I made. This little spot over here. Not not exactly how I imagined it. I might try and fix this up some other time. And like I don't really like the rug that I put here anymore, to be honest. I at least have it like built out though, so I can make changes to it. But it's definitely starting to come together. And I don't want this area to be like super huge cuz this server is running on like my internet. It's not I'm not paying to have it hosted somewhere. And so if I do somehow get like a bunch of people playing on it, I don't want a lot of people anyway because I don't want like uh, you can always add more the waterfall slash pond area. Yeah, I mean this it goes like straight out towards an area I haven't really put anything in yet, and so like I mean shit, if I really wanted to, I could like keep building up this way if I somehow wanted it to like connect to the market. I think I do have yeah, I've got some fence gates here too, so you can get into the market that way. I'm pretty proud of how this market turned out. I like this a lot. And I think it's just really cool that you can buy and sell stuff because that's not normally a thing in Minecraft. And like, you know, if you're it lets you like focus in on the one type of thing you really like to do and not have to worry about other stuff like gathering stuff because like say you're not really the type of person who likes mining, you're more of like a builder, but you need like some iron or diamond tools or whatever. You could, you know, get a bunch of like valuable blocks or something, or maybe just like some miscellaneous items. Say like you get a bunch of I don't know bells. Like the villages, I think they each spawn with one bell. That's why they're worth so much, is because they're kind of rare. You could just sell a bunch of those bells, just explore, find a bunch of villages, steal their bells, sell them. You could buy what was that, 250 per bell. Diamonds are only 50 right now. That's 5 diamonds per bell per village you visit. You could just do that. Don't ever have to worry about mining or anything. Pretty cool. Same with the enchantments too. You don't have to do ridiculous like fishing, farming or anything to get all the best enchantments. They're expensive as fuck. They're like 400 bucks. This one's almost 1,000. I think the most expensive items though are it's actually a hidden shop. It's not one you can interact with, and I don't think it shows up in the shop GUI because I got rid of it. But you do shop spawners, and I still have to add all the other ones. I've only got one now, but if you know the the mob spawners that are like really rare that you can find underground inside of caves and stuff. You can actually buy those, but the default price for them is $60,000. So they're pretty valuable, but yeah, pretty neat. I think I'm gonna call it now though. It's about 11:30. I still gotta eat and then go to bed, wind down for the night. I had a flag on top. Oh, you're looking at the top of this like a flag right here. Um, Let me see. I think iron bars would be. I can actually do that. Yeah, so this slab, the dimensions of this are just right to where the slab on the top, this is actually the top half of the block instead of the bottom. So I can put iron bars on it and maybe do like a little. Flags are kind of tough in Minecraft, but hold on. Oops. That doesn't look quite right. I think it's too small. It's got to be like a larger scale. I might make it striped or something too, to be honest. I don't like the way that looks. I feel like that's too big now. Maybe I think it was fine. It was fine like that, right? I mean, it's not a big building. It doesn't need like a huge flag on it. Do another time. Yeah. I'll have to look up like some small flag ideas. I know I've seen people do like this sort of thing where they kind of like alternate where the blocks are to make it look like it's kind of waving in the wind. Um, yeah, that just looks kind of weird though. It works better on bigger flags, but yeah, I am going to leave now, so uh see you Friday, loser.